This is Robert Spraggs, a very successful and happy magnetic Mary Method student. His class average in the crushingly difficult topic of neuroanatomy is only 74.91%. But not Robert. Robert scored 96%, and that was just for one test. In another, he scored 92%, while the average score was 66.71. The key to Robert's success? Semantic memory, plus a few magnetic memory ingredients you won't want to miss. Now, semantic memory might seem like a heavy scientific term, but don't let it give you a headache. After all, why else do we want better memory unless it's for rapidly handling complicated words like this? The fact is, semantic memory is the key to test results like Robert's, the same key to learning any language at a rapid pace, memorizing scripture, or finally having the names of every new person you meet instantly locked into your mind. Let's explore what semantic memory is and how it works to achieve fantastic memory boosts so good they'll make your head spin, in a good way, of course. We'll begin by talking about how I had Sindrinth and Femlar for breakfast last Effel Day. Does that sound like gibberish? Well, that's because it is. Words I've just made up on the fly, and you've just experienced what it's like to live without semantic memory. Had I said toast and eggs last Tuesday, you would have understood perfectly. And that's because semantic memory makes it possible for you to mentally map the words toast, eggs, and Tuesday together with objects and concepts in the world, without being taught from scratch every time you hear them. Without semantic memory, you'd be living in a world of gibberish. You wouldn't know that the sky is blue or that birds can fly. You wouldn't understand concepts about time and space or meanings of emotions like love and hate. Those things are all incorporated in your semantic memory. Here's an example to show you what I mean. You know that Mr. Darcy is a famous character from Pride and Prejudice written by Jane Austen. You may have read the book, seen the movie, or someone may have told you about this character and the author. How you acquired the knowledge and in which context is not essential. What is important is that your semantic memory stored that bit of information as general knowledge. You can now recall this knowledge whenever necessary, regardless of when or where you acquired it. That is the beauty of your semantic memory. If you want to see semantic memory in action, memory competitions and their competitors are a great place to look. Wei Chinru, the 2019 World Memory Champion, memorized 89 random words in 5 minutes. She also memorized 102 historical dates in 5 minutes, which is an incredible display of recalling semantic information. Now, although the information Robert needed to recall for his neuroanatomy exams might seem different on the surface from the words and dates Wei Chinru memorized to win her honors, at its core, his test exams came from the same semantic recall of words and numbers. If you train your semantic memory, you'll be able to improve it and achieve incredible recall when studying for school, networking for business, or learning a language yourself. In fact, you can improve in all of those areas at the same time, just by learning to use memory techniques with an eye to understanding better this level of memory. The best part? You're already using your semantic memory every day. When you send a text message and add an emoji, the fact that you remember a colon and a parentheses together means I'm smiling draws upon the complexities of semantic memory. Now, before I give you some quick ways to improve, let's take a quick look at the history. The idea of semantic memory as a distinct memory system was introduced in 1972 by Canadian experimental psychologist and cognitive neuroscientist Endel Tulving. Prior to that, there hadn't been many in-depth studies or research in the area of human memory. In his book, Elements of Episodic Memory, Tulving calls semantic memory a mental thesaurus, the organized knowledge a person possesses about words and other verbal symbols. Without semantic memory, we wouldn't be able to create and use language. After Tulving introduced the concept, others followed in his footsteps, but it's only in the last 15 years that interest in semantic memory has greatly increased. One of the reasons for this newfound interest is an improvement in neuroimaging methods like functional magnetic resonance imaging. These neuroimaging methods reveal that the brain does not have one specific region dedicated to semantic information. Semantic memory is organized throughout the brain. It's now also known that semantic memory can be divided into separate visual categories such as size, color, and motion. Since specific parts of the brain are responsible for the retrieval of specific semantic memories, semantic memory can be divided into categories. For example, the parietal cortex retrieves semantic memories of size, while the temporal cortex retrieves memories of color. We now know what semantic memory is, so how is it different from other types of memory, like episodic memory? Where semantic memory enables you to remember things, episodic memories allow us to consciously recollect past experiences. Semantic memory doesn't require context, while episodic memory does. For example, when you say summers in India are hot, you are drawing that knowledge from your semantic memory. But when you remember walking down the streets of Delhi on a summer afternoon licking vanilla ice cream, you are drawing on episodic memory. As for other types of memory, the most common types people refer to as long-term. But there are two other processes: short-term memory, also called working memory, and sensory memory, which retains sensory information. These must be worked through before a lasting long-term memory can form. This model of memory works as a sequence of 3 stages. You go from sensory to short-term to long-term memory. This model, known as the Atkinson-Shiffrin model, is the most popular model for studying memory systems, but we can go even deeper. Long-term memory can be further divided into explicit or declarative memory and implicit or procedural memory. The first type, explicit or declarative memory, deals with facts and events. It refers to memories that are consciously recalled. The second type, implicit or procedural memory, deals with how to do things, like riding a bike or playing the piano. And the importance of semantic memory is it allows us to put all of this into words and communicate it to others. We need semantic memory to function smoothly in our daily lives. We use it every day to learn, retain, and retrieve new information. It's part of our cognition. Children and teenagers use it to retain new information while they learn at home or in school, while adults need it to know the sequence of tasks necessary to do their job. If your semantic memory is damaged due to any type of disease, such as Alzheimer's disease, you may not be able to identify or name everyday objects, understand the concepts of liberty, or know what the word coffee means. There are many benefits to strengthening your semantic memory. A stronger semantic memory would result in improved long-term memory in students, enabling them to do better in studies. More importantly, strengthening your semantic memory would enable you to perform better in all aspects of your life without taking vitamins for memory. So let's talk about how you can improve your own semantic memory, which begins with how semantic memories are formed. We all learn new facts, tasks, or concepts from our personal experiences. So in general, a semantic type of memory is derived from the episodic type of memory. It works like this. When you learn a new piece of information, your short-term memory relays it to episodic memory. Initially, you remember the exact time or place where you gathered the information. Over time, there's a gradual transition from episodic to semantic memory. Your association of a particular memory to a particular event or stimuli is reduced so that the information is then generalized in your working memory as semantic memory. Now, let's talk about 3 simple ways to improve your semantic memory. But first, a quick reminder. Take a moment to subscribe, hit thumbs up, and ring the bell so you'll know when we release a new video designed to use real science to help students of everything from neuroanatomy to French to law remember more, faster, and better. Now, the simplest and most direct way to improve your semantic memory is the magnetic memory method. It does this by helping you combine the Memory Palace technique with recall rehearsal, a holistic processing of semantic information with episodic information that lets you move anything you need to know from short-term memory into long-term memory faster and with reliable permanence. The next strategy to improve your semantic memory is to exercise your brain. It is essential. Exercising your brain regularly is the most effective strategy to improve memory and retention. Memory impairment or memory loss in older adults is common. However, there is a strong relationship between brain exercises and improved cognition and retrieval in older adults. Numerous tools and exercises can help you to assess your memory and enhance it through games and training exercises. It is a known fact that the more you utilize your neural circuit, the stronger it will get. This fact can also be applied to numerous neural networks associated with contextual memory, auditory memory, visual memory, short-term memory, working memory, naming, and more. You can improve your skill of identifying the right word to use for a concept or an object by training the neural network in your brain accordingly. The third way to improve your semantic memory is to focus intentionally on learning a new language. When you learn a new language, it requires you to learn and expand new sentence structures, grammar rules, and vocabulary. Such activities ensure that your semantic memory is continuously being utilized and strengthened as you make progress with the new language. Your relationship with the world around you is dependent on your ability to learn and recall factual knowledge accurately. Being mindful of the things around you and paying attention when you come across new information is essential to creating long-term memories that can be recalled when necessary. When you practice mindfulness in everyday activities, you are more attentive. Attentiveness in turn helps you encode information better in semantic memory. Moreover, when you combine attentiveness with the Memory Palace method, your ability to retain and recall factual knowledge is stronger and faster. If you are interested in the Memory Palace method, please don't hesitate to get started. Just check out the links in the description or go to magneticmemorymethod.com. I would love to help you with my free memory improvement kit. It lets you rapidly improve all aspects of your memory. You just have to follow the steps, the same steps that let Robert score miles higher than his classmates in one of the most complex topics on the planet. Now then, time for a quick test of your semantic memory. Can you recall the name of the character in the novel I mentioned near the beginning of this video? If not, you need to watch 2 videos that will fix the problem. First up is how to memorize any name fast. I also suggest you check out how to memorize textbooks. No matter what books you read, it has a simple process you can practice that will take your semantic memory for learning anything you want to the next level. Thanks as ever for the view, and please don't miss the video on memorizing textbooks. Some people judge this advice as too simple to be effective, but that's a problem in their procedural memory. Until we dive into that critical topic, thanks again, hit that thumbs up, and keep yourself magnetic.